So we start with this big development which is coming in as far as the match between India and Pakistan is concerned. This continues to create headlines and we are all set for a big twist in this tale. What we are learning is that as per sources, Pakistan is likely to go back on their boycott decision.
Right, Preeti, this is what we were discussing last time around as well, because sources also reveal that while some PCB officials are open to playing the match against India scheduled for the 15th of February in Colombo, the board chairman, Mohsin Naqvi, PCB chairman, remains uncooperative on the matter.
Well, this comes after Emirates Cricket Board has written to the PCB, reminding Pakistan of their help and in fact also telling them that how Pakistan cannot walk away from associate nations. Emirates Board in the letter stated that Pakistan needs to stand up for the associate nations. Meanwhile, Pakistan officials met ICC officials in Lahore over the boycott call, while the PCB held another meeting with Bangladesh Cricket Board as well.
Right, Preeti, we're seeing how Pakistan is getting encircled by all the nations right now. Well, the ICC warned Pakistan Cricket Board about the consequences, the ramifications of their boycott, while Pakistan Cricket Board Chief Mohsin Naqvi remained defiant and uncooperative and said a decision will be taken after meeting Pakistan's Prime Minister later.
Well, that's right. In fact, let's now just take a look at the timeline in the last 48 hours, the developments that have happened. What we know is that the ICC and PCB are continuously in these hectic parleys meeting each other. PCB approaches ICC over the India match boycott. It was a letter from the PCB which was sent across to ICC. And then the next development comes into the picture wherein talks start. And talks continue to resolve India and Pakistan fixture dispute. Remember, we are still talking about the 15th of February match between India and Pakistan. Now, Pakistan, we are learning, has set 3 conditions to end this planned boycott of the match against India. When I say Pakistan, I'm specifically talking about the PCB, the Cricket Board of Pakistan. Next, the ICC asks PCB to justify its boycott. First of all, give us a reason exactly why have you decided not to play this match. Now, Bangladesh Cricket Board Chief also is in attendance in those talks which are taking place between the PCB and the ICC in Lahore. So the Bangladesh angle comes into the picture there and then. Marquee India-Pakistan clash is still in uncertainty. The ICC pushes for a dialogue to really save this entire tournament and this particular fixture. As such, negotiations are ongoing as T20 World Cup drama is continuously unfolding in front of all of us, and the PCB is yet to clarify its stance, and that we are expecting is going to happen in the next 24 hours. The Mohsin Naqvi angle, Raisha, that you were talking about, he is not just the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board, he is also the Interior Minister of Pakistan. What we are given to believe is that he will be checking with the Prime Minister, Shahbaz Sharif, and then only a clear stand will come.
And he said that I cannot take a decision just by myself. We're getting you breaking news at this point of time. This is regarding the India versus Pakistan T20 World Cup clash. Is it loading or not? But Preeti, NDTV has accessed the Pakistan-Bangladesh demands to ICC. Sources tell that Pakistan-Bangladesh demand a hybrid model extension to 2031. Sources also tell us that Pakistan-Bangladesh want Bangladesh to host the 2031 World Cup, and the ICC has said no hybrid model sought by Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Right, so these are just about some developments which are coming in. Let's also clarify for our viewers that a lot of these source-based information that we are putting out is still in the realm of speculation, because the minute something comes out, there's a rebuttal either from the PCB or from the Bangladesh Cricket Board. And of course, we know for a fact that ICC has not put it down in public as to exactly what have been the demands of the PCB. Let's start our discussion around the latest T20 tantrum of the Pakistan cricket team. Joining us on the broadcast are our 2 experts, former India international Nikhil Chopra and Atul Vasan in our studios here. We are also joined by NDTV Sports editor Rika Roy on the broadcast. We will go across to Rika in just a bit. But Nikhil, can I begin with you first? Now, the latest development is that there have been some demands from the PCB, and the Emirates Cricket Board has written to PCB telling them, don't do this to associate nations. You see the way Pakistan is getting hit out from all corners?
Yeah, let me tell you, with all this threat, like you just named the entire program tantrum, I think it's perfect because Pakistan was looking to throw a tantrum. There is no way that they were going to boycott this game against India, and I'll tell you why. The consequences is something that Pakistan Cricket Board cannot, try and hold on to, saying because all the funding that they get is from the ICC, from the World Cup as well. Then you won't get sanctions for their league, for international players to come and play in the Pakistan league that they organize. Bilateral series, the Pakistan Cricket Board would have been on the verge of getting bankrupt as well. And I think there was a question that you guys just put up, Preeti, was that the ICC actually asked Pakistan Cricket Board, what is it that is bothering you and you guys don't want to play? Because you have nothing to do with whatever happened between the Bangladesh and the ICC. You are in a separate board because you've been able to play this hybrid mode for a long period of time in most of the ICC events as well. So I wasn't surprised that the Pakistan Cricket Board is going to do a turnaround and they'll definitely play the game on the 15th.
We are not at all surprised, Nikhil, the way these things have proceeded right from the day that Pakistan announced that they will not be playing this match against India. It was all a drama. And, Atul was also here in our studios and we were discussing, Rahesha, on your show only, we said that we will see a U-turn.
A U-turn very soon.
Yeah. And Atul, I want to ask you that right now we're seeing a T20 tantrum by Pakistan. But to use that terminology that we use in case of kids mostly, will there be a meltdown in Pakistan if they make a U-turn?
You know what, I will never put anything past Pakistan, because grace, propriety, respect, demeanor and Pakistan, they don't go in the same sentence, by the way. And I think there is a method of the madness. So don't put it beyond. Nikhil said, yeah, right, they're looking down the barrel. But they're very clever. They found this loophole and they found this right moment to pressurize, blackmail, corner the whole cricketing ecosystem because they want their pound of flesh. Right? I knew it exactly. First of all, there was the Bangladesh elections. They want to placate the Jamaat and all, because it's the radical, puritanical thought process is coming back to Bangladesh, which suits Pakistan. Because, so now, and they want to use that. They know they're going to sanctions, but they are using the same clause which was there in the contract, and it is called force majeure, and under which force majeure clause is an interpretation problem. Right. They feel that they can go to the International Court of Arbitration and win against ICC.
Right.
So ICC can do that, but they will take them to court and there will be a fight going on. So now the ECB are Mickey Mouse, I mean, they're not bothered about anything. So they were waiting for this. I agree with Nikhil that they will come around, but before they wanted that their pound of flesh could be, they will draw a bilateral series from India or some kind of a juice and a carrot and a stick.
Right, let's also get Rika, our sports editor here on the show. Rika, both our guests here telling that there will be a U-turn by Pakistan, but I want to ask you what perhaps will be the saving grace for Pakistan, because like Preeti also mentioned, Pakistan has been surrounded by Bangladesh, by Emirates, that they are now asking Pakistan to play the match.
Well, I'll really pick up from where Atul just left off, that they found the right moment to really blackmail ICC. This is the moment they are bargaining also for a higher revenue from the ICC. The three clear demands that the Pakistan Cricket Board and the Bangladesh Cricket Board put forth after their meeting with the ICC yesterday were, number one, for Bangladesh to have the hosting rights of a future World Cup. Number two, for Bangladesh to be compensated for not playing this World Cup, and compensation in terms of the participation fee that they are losing out. And number three, a higher revenue for Pakistan from ICC. Apparently, they said if India-Pakistan match is a premium product from which ICC is making the largest chunk of the money, then why such low revenue for PCB? So all of those have been told to ICC in the meeting yesterday that was attended by two of its directors, Imran Khwaja, the chief of the Singapore Cricket Board, and also you spoke about the Emirates angle. The General Secretary of the Emirates Cricket Board, Mubashir Usmani, was there. He's the other director who's doing the negotiations on behalf of the International Cricket Council. So ICC now has heard everything. According to Pakistan, the ball is in ICC's court. Today, a meeting was to happen between the Prime Minister of Pakistan and Mohsin Naqvi, but the meeting has not happened. We hear that they will convene the meeting as soon as they hear from ICC.
Well, it's good to know that the Prime Minister of Pakistan has some other work as well. Probably that's why this meeting has been postponed. But Nikhil, I think you wanted to add some point there from where Atul left his answer.
Yeah, Pakistan Cricket Board cannot turn around and say we want a bigger piece of the pie or we want more revenue, because India, Pakistan, of course, it's a big game, because all these negotiations, revenue model, everything is decided much more in advance. I don't know. I'm just trying to read between the lines. I have a feeling that Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, who is the head of the Pakistan Cricket Board, is also the Interior Minister. I think he's got political aspirations. Absolutely. With what happened with the Asia Cup. He's trying to come around, they got red-faced with whatever happened in the Asia Cup. Now they're trying to side up with Bangladesh as well. So I think it's not about sport. It's more political aspiration for that one man.
There is no doubt about that, Nikhil. And also, when we talk about someone like Mohsin Naqvi, Atul, he's someone who's not new to embarrassment. He's the person who ran away with our Asia Cup trophy. He forgot to return it or give it to us when we won the championship. So Mohsin Naqvi obviously is not new to controversies. What I want to know from you is that, we are talking about the negotiations now and the pound of flesh that PCB is trying to extract from ICC. How fair is it? This all started with them taking a solidarity angle with the Bangladesh Cricket Board. And now all they want is more money for PCB, more ICC events for themselves. They've forgotten their friends so early.
But the question is also, can Pakistan afford the ramifications with the ICC has actually laid it out for the country?
No, they cannot. I mean, if they go down the road, they think they will fight. But the problem is the Pakistani political regime, the military, and the cricket board is only one person. And their president is Asif Ali Zardari. And remember, the most corrupt, he's in Hall of Fame of the most corrupt leaders in the world. When the Benazir Bhutto's salary was $60,000 a year, they had a 10 billion beachfront home in Dubai with 37 Bentleys. So, I mean, this guy is there, the president. And now he's been kept aside. So now, this is, I remember a quote. And you said ramifications, when a three-wheeler crashes into a BMW, the BMW ka nuksan hona hai. Three-wheeler ko koi farak nahi padne wala.
Right.
Yeah, but there can be serious injuries to the person who's, riding that three-wheeler, and that's what you were talking about, Raisha.
You also have to talk about the fact that how Pakistan perhaps has formed this little club with Bangladesh right now, keeping in mind the demands. What do you have to say on that, Nikhil?
Yeah, well, they're just finding ways to, of course, they've got to play the game. Simple as that, Raisha, but they still want to say that they want to try and get that one-upmanship. Well, these are our demands out of three, even if you agree to one. Trust you me, ICC will not succumb to any sort of pressure. They'll say, well, whatever the guidelines, whatever the negotiations, whatever your revenue is already been told to you, they will not make a turnaround and listen to any of these, Pakistan cricket boards. They will not come under their pressure.
But the point is, these guys who are running the whole show, they don't care. Now they've weaponized cricket. They've lost Kashmir as a lollipop. Now they're using cricket, and even if they burn the whole house down, they don't care, because that will keep their whole masses placated. That see what we did. We got ruined because we took a stand against India. This is their mindset. And ICC, just to keep the ecosystem going, because it takes so much time. And as it is, they are not winning. I mean, jeette bhi nahi hai. It's like when you're dead, the pain is not for you; it's for other people. It's same being stupid.
No, but Atul, before we, take this speculation further, that what have been the demands from Pakistan's side, I want to bring in Rika here. Rika, when the ICC delegation landed in Lahore for these discussions with PCB, and of course there was a representation from the Bangladesh Cricket Board as well, I think it was conveyed very clearly to everyone on the table that we are here only to talk about the fixture on February 15th. Everything else is not in the realm of discussion here. You cannot use this opportunity as a bargaining chip to get more for yourself.
Well, Preeti, just to pick up from what Atul and Nikhil have been saying, the Asian bloc, yes, they have gotten together. But let me remind our viewers that Mohsin Naqvi's tenure as the Asian Cricket Council chairman ends next year. So he is using this time that he has on his hand to bargain as much as possible. So when it comes to the Asia Cup, of course, we don't have it now, but Indians can be rest assured by next year, the Asia Cup will be with India when Mr. Mohsin Naqvi leaves the chair. Yes, so when it comes to bargaining, bilateral cricket was not an agenda. Some of the news outlets are talking about bilateral cricket, but definitely when it comes to higher revenue and compensation, all of those they could have spoken about, and they have already spoken about. Look, Pakistan has to save its face at this moment. If they are to do a U-turn, what do they tell internally? What do they tell their public? What is the reason they said firstly no to playing the match, and then now they're doing a U-turn and they're playing the match? Also, another interesting fact, Preeti, I have to point out here that Mr. Mohsin Naqvi accused ICC of double standards. On the day India plays Pakistan in the T20 World Cup, an emerging youth Asia Cup match of the women between India and Pakistan is happening in Bangkok. Mohsin Naqvi has not said no to that. He is using this one match, which is the T20 World Cup match, to bargain and get a piece of the ICC.
Right, Rika. Of course, we were discussing how all this is about the ego of one man, Mohsin Naqvi. But let's also get in Boria Majumdar into this discussion. Boria, I want to ask you, is the India-Pakistan match on or not? That's a million-dollar question we're asking. What are your sources telling you at this point of time?
You know, the match at this point in time, from what I understand, the chances of the match happening is way more than the chance of the match not happening. Multiple things have transpired, and with every kind of passing hour, you're getting to know more and more what has happened. And while there have been a few demands that have been placed in front of the ICC, the Pakistan premier was supposed to meet Mohsin Naqvi, and thereafter a response was supposed to be given. But I'm also told that they are waiting for an ICC nod based on the demands that were placed before the ICC. They are waiting for an ICC update as to which of the demands will be met and which of the demands will not be met, what the ICC feels about it, what their response is, basis the meeting of yesterday. Only after that will there be a formal response from Pakistan, and this matter will come to a conclusion.
Okay.
But to answer the question, whether the match is on or not on, at this point in time, the likelihood of the match being played rather than the match not happening is way more. So if you ask me, my vote at this point will be to say that yes, the match is very likely to be played.
Right. In fact, Boria, as early as 11 o'clock this morning, you and I were discussing that there are about 85 to 90% chances of this match happening. So what does this really tell us about Pakistan? They first threatened the boycott, then they went to the negotiating table. Now, what sort of image are they creating here?
Yes, I mean, this is very typical Pakistan, isn't it? This is very, very typical Pakistan. First, you've threatened a boycott. You've said selective boycott. You've tried to do political grandstanding. Your prime minister has come forward and said to his federal cabinet that, oh, you know what, we are not playing the match against India. Thereafter, you've opened a channel of dialogue. ICC has visited Pakistan. By the way, it is very important to state that before Pakistan says, oh, you know what, the ICC visited Pakistan, the ICC delegation had also visited Bangladesh ahead of the World Cup, trying to tell Bangladesh that there was no security threat in India. An ICC delegation had visited Bangladesh as well. So it is routine. It is part of protocol on the part of the International Cricket Council to try and do that. So thereafter, after coming on the negotiating table, now Pakistan wants to find a safe way, wants to sort of set up a narrative that it has not lost this battle, that again, it has not been humiliated after that 14-2 loss. It tries to figure out a way so that the prime minister doesn't look bad, a kind of salvation, a kind of redemption for the prime minister, trying to figure out a way forward whereby they can say that, oh, you know what, we've not conceded everything to the ICC. On the one hand, Sri Lanka has put pressure, UAE had put pressure, Bangladesh too will lose money. So they are ring-fenced, Pakistan. They will have to come out of that. And the way I understand it is they will do political grandstanding, saying for the sake of the game, for the sake of Sri Lanka, sake of Bangladesh, sake of UAE and the associate member countries, that we've decided to do what it is.
Right, absolutely. We were speaking about how there's been a club formed between Pakistan and Bangladesh, and the narrative that Pakistan is now trying to peddle. Now, the Bangladesh officials were also part of the meet. What perhaps are their demands, as they are already boycotted the whole tournament, Boria?
The most recent one, the latest that I'm getting from Bangladesh is that Bangladesh has also placed a series of demands. One of the demands being that Bangladesh at this point in time are co-hosts of the 2031 World Cup. Now, India and Bangladesh are supposed to co-host that. What is being said is that they have demanded that the hybrid model, which is in force till 2027, be extended till 2031 right away, so that all of Pakistan's games are played in Bangladesh and Bangladesh gets to host all of these Pakistan matches. So clearly, this is geopolitics at its absolute best 2 days before the elections, that all of Pakistan's matches for the 2031 World Cup, which Bangladesh is co-host along with India, should also be played according to the hybrid model. The hybrid model at this point is in force till 2027. Plus, Bangladesh has said that they should not be deducted any money or ask for any compensation. Rather, they should be paid their participation fee from this particular World Cup, which was owed to them if they had participated in the tournament. What the ICC will say to it, we do not know. But this is one of the demands that the Bangladesh Cricket Board and Pakistan has placed before the ICC. is absolutely expected in the next 24 hours. So the countdown in that sense has started, but the drama at this point is still on.
All right. Boria, thanks very much for joining us with those updates that you are bringing in on NDTV since morning. And of course, we're the first ones to really break down all this information for our viewers. But Nikhil, I want to just understand from you here. In all likelihood, this match between India and Pakistan is happening on February 15th. But what's happening right now is that PCB is trying to somehow redeem itself, salvage the situation for themselves, because after all, it was their Prime Minister who went in public on social media. You know, he said very publicly that Pakistan will not play India. So they have to really come out with a face saver. They have to come out with a statement that will go down well with their own public.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, these are all face-saving activities, the demands for ICC for higher revenue. Trust you me, ICC will not listen or even think about, you know, accommodating any of their demands, because then you're setting a wrong sort of precedent.
Absolutely.
You know, a week prior to the actual tournament with the custodians of the game, the ICC holding a World Cup, I don't think any sort of these demands will be met. But yes, even they know, they realize. I think somebody must have gone and told the Pakistan Prime Minister that we cannot afford not to play the World Cup against India. Otherwise, the PCB, the Pakistan Cricket Board, would, you know, literally be bankrupt. There'd be no cricket, no bilateral series. They wouldn't be traveling abroad to play any sort of cricket whatsoever. So they realized. So they said, what's the best way? Let's try a face-saving activity. So trust you me, the game's happening 15th, but no demands would be met as well.
Right. Just to take your perspective also, Atul, what perhaps will be Pakistan's narrative at this point of time? How will they save their face?
See, you know, it's clear. If the Prime Minister is making these comments, you can see that all avenues are enjoying this bit. You know, so the point is that, you know, they will lose a lot. Everybody knows it. But I think on the 12th evening, once the ballots are cast in Bangladesh, they will come to the party. By that time, they will make sure that, you know, they will try to do whatever they have to do from ICC. But the point is, and I think it was the right thing to send the delegation to Pakistan, because you have to get to the root of the problem. You can't, you know, itch. You know, if you're going to itch in the leg, you can't scratch your forehead and hope that your itch goes away. You have to go to the root where the problem is. So I think this delegation going there will make them see. But they are just passing time till 12th. Because, you know, enemy of my enemy is my best friend now. So this is what's happening.
Yeah, no, Rika, I want to bring you in here. The kind of narrative that PCB is trying to peddle amidst all of us, it has become, you know, center to this entire controversy. There is also this narrative from Pakistan's side that it was actually the ICC which has come down to Lahore begging us to play this match against India. And they want to show it that, you know, we have put the ICC on the back foot by denying them the opportunity, the revenue of this match between India and Pakistan. So it started from there, trying to gain that upper hand. And now the other part is that you have to come out with a very valid explanation to your own public, to all the cricket lovers, to your own cricket players, for telling them that this is the reason why we are making a U-turn. It's for the larger good of cricket.
Well, you know, they have to give an explanation internally to their government, to the opposition, and to the public. First explanation, why did you decide not to play the match? Second explanation, what really happened that you made a U-turn? So they have to now come up with that explanation that we bargained and we got this to be able to play that match. So we'll really have to wait and see over the next 24 hours what is exactly that one thing or a couple of things that ICC is, you know, willing to give them. Also, there are, and this is not confirmed news, but some of the Pakistani outlets are talking about the fact that they have spoken about, you know, resuming handshake between the captains. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens or not. So there has to be something. They have to really, you know, show something.
In fact, Rika, I'm told that there are two demands, that we don't want Abhishek, we want handshake. This is what Pakistan wants. They don't want to see Abhishek Sharma in the Indian lineup. That is also being speculated as one of the demands. But we'll continue this discussion with you and our guests here in the studio. We're also getting a lot of reactions really coming in on this controversy, which refuses to die down. Whether or not the match between India and Pakistan will take place on February 15th. We have Mr. Rajiv Shukla and Saurav Ganguly giving their reactions. Listen in.
ये सब मैं इन सब चीज पे कोई कमेंट नहीं करूंगा, न बीसीसीआई की तरफ से कोई कमेंट है इस पे। सारी चीज आईसीसी पे छोड़ी हुई। आईसीसी जो निर्णय लेगा, जो फैसला लेगा, हम वो मानेंगे। आईसीसी जो हमें बताएगा वो करेंगे, आईसीसी के ऊपर सब छोड़ा हुआ।
Surprised with Pakistan backing. Why are you surprised? Backing out of a World Cup for what? They're playing in Sri Lanka in any case. So I'm really surprised with Pakistan backing out of a World Cup. You come to a World Cup to win it, and every point's important. You can't lose points in a World Cup. So I'm a little surprised, but then that's the decision they're taking.
Nikhil, if I can come to you, sources were also telling us that most of these Pakistani cricketers were eager to play, but it was the government that perhaps did not want Pakistan to play against India. We have to talk about how all this is now revolving around the ego. That's what we were discussing, Preeti, for one man, the PCB chairman, Mohsin Naqvi.
Yeah, without a doubt. And somebody who's got political aspiration, you ask any athlete from any sporting discipline, you get an opportunity to represent your country in a tournament like the World Cup. You know, that's their literal dream. Every single athlete from any part of the world, that's their dream, to represent their country in the World Cup. And, you know, it's all, well, the thought was it was all going to go down a drain thanks to that one man's ego and his political aspirations, not thinking about the country's sport. I mean, that's their decision, what they want to do with it. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, come 2027, with the ICC, at least in the Asian Cricket Council, nobody holding post in political in their respective countries, ministers or whatever, will be allowed to hold any post in the Asian Cricket Council.
Let me add something. You know, first of all, what Nikhil is saying, he believes in utopia, it doesn't exist. You know, in the real world, that's right, everybody wants to play. But Pakistani players also actually don't want to play. Because they get hammered by India. They get hammered by India, so they feel that let it carry on, let's get over this. Because once they lose again, they might win.
But
so I'm just telling they should actually make an effort.
Listen, this is also their sure shot way to glory.
Exactly. So
if
they can
perform
everything.
India, they are heroes.
They can redeem themselves. But the point is, they would rather avoid, because you can see the
just
state of
to correct, if Pakistan Cricket Board tomorrow agrees, okay, fine, we're playing the World Cup, forget about any demands. You feel any cricketer from Pakistan would say, I don't want to play?
No. But that,
so then, no, just coming back to that point.
I'm giving you a conjecture. You're saying the right thing. But I feel, because, you know, they feel that if this doesn't happen, board will handle the problems. And we might just go on and bypass the India game, because the ignominy and the shame and the kind of backlash they suffer when they lose. And I think, let me know, just one more.
Yes, please.
And now the point is that what has happened, they are miffed with India, because India didn't do anything. So they in their mind believe that BCCI and ICC is the same. First of all, that's why they've gone after ICC by not playing with India. Second of all, they are signatories to the hybrid model where India and Pakistan will play in neutral. They signed it, and now they are going back on it. And now they're saying Bangladesh ko chabi de rahe. I mean, they are not reliable. After next year, you don't even know. They might be enemies again, Bangladesh and Pakistan.
Bottom line is, Atul, Rika and Nikhil, if the three of you were planning to go to Colombo for this match, I think you should just book your tickets.
I am right here in NDTV with you. I ain't going nowhere.
Rika, I think, you know, all of this drama which is revolving around PCB and this match, whether it's happening or not, ultimately it's going to affect the players of Pakistan only. Will they be in the right state of mind really to take on India, mighty India, with the mountain that they have not been able to conquer previously?
Preeti, if you ask me, I'm not worried about a Pakistan cricket team, whether it's going to affect them or not. What the people who really are going to be affected are the fans. I know there are thousands and thousands of fans who have booked their tickets, and I know a group of 59 who are traveling from US. They have been, calling me for the last 7 days, wanting to find out if they should at all board that flight to Colombo or not. And there are so many fans, there are so many other people, who want to travel to Colombo for the match. They are on tenterhooks right now, and they don't know whether, this match is going to happen, and they should be there. So it is a loss to the entire, if Mr. Naqvi thinks that, by bargaining till the last hour and getting something at the last hour, they're going to achieve something. They will not. Actually, they will lose the faith of hundreds and thousands of fans who form a very important part of the cricketing ecosystem, who have bought legitimate tickets to be there at the stadium and will not be there.
And also so they will lose the trust of the Sri Lanka Cricket Board, which has been so supportive of Pakistan in the past. Even when the Sri Lankan players were attacked by terrorists in Pakistan, Sri Lanka stood firm with PCB. They continued with the series. So it's going to be a big letdown for the Sri Lanka Cricket Board as well. But thanks very much, Rika, Nikhil and Atul, for joining us on this broadcast. And of course, we will continue to track the latest in this drama that is unfolding with every minute new update coming in, Rahisha.
And in the next 24 to 48 hours, we will know if Pakistan actually has made the U-turn and the kind of reason that they gave to save their face. But right now, slipping into a very short break.